What's good, Josh? I got Makai. Welcome back to the channel. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do about that. And today we're gonna be talking about a topic that I feel isn't well understood by a lot of NBA fans, and that's the effect that LeBron has on teams when he goes there. And LeBron catches a lot of flack and criticism because they say whenever he goes to a team, that team has to trade all of its future picks away, all of its young players away, basically trade their future away because LeBron is always in win now mode. And why wouldn't you be? Your career's coming to an end. But he caught some criticism. I remember when he went there, and then they had to trade Lonzo and Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and some picks just to get Anthony Davis. And I don't know why I said just, because Anthony Davis is something that's very special. And some people were actually saying that the Pelicans won that trade, and I bet they ain't saying that now. Because look at where the Pelicans is at, and look where the Lakers is at. But the Pelicans gonna be good in a couple of years. I'm not gonna lie, because they got a good young core. They got Zion, Bi, Lonzo, Josh Hart. They gonna be alright. Drew Holiday. They gonna be just fine. But yeah, the thing with LeBron is you can't just have anybody next to him. You can't just make anybody his teammate. Like it's not gonna let LeBron be used to his full potential. If you put him with a bunch of people who can't shoot, like let's say you put him with a bunch of slashers, like a bunch of people who can't shoot mid ranges, can't shoot threes, just cannot shoot the basketball at all, then that's gonna create a problem because LeBron, he isn't the greatest shooter in the world. He can knock down shots, but he's more of a driver of the basketball. And if you don't have any shooters for one of the greatest drivers of the basketball in the history of the NBA, how is that gonna work? So for all y'all saying like, oh, LeBron trades players, like he always asks for players to get traded, and whenever the trade deadline comes around, oh, you better say goodbye to your career, like all that nonsense. LeBron needs shooters. That's just how I go. Milk and cookies, peanut butter and jelly, LeBron James and shooters. They go hand in hand. And some people were saying, back in the day when Chris Bosh, D Wade, and LeBron was in Miami, that LeBron, quote unquote, ruined Chris Bosh's career. And they said the same thing about Kevin Love. And what people don't understand is when you're the third wheel in a big three, you're not going to put up those same numbers that you put up when you were the lone star, because you don't have to. Because now you have the help and the superstar talent necessary to win games. So you don't have to put up 20 and 10. You don't have to put up 30 and 6. You don't have to do those kind of things because now you have help. And I'm pretty sure Chris Bosh and Kevin Love do not regret joining LeBron for 1 second. Because if they do, that means they never was about winning in basketball. They were just about stats. And I bet you neither of them, if you ask them, would say, I regret playing with LeBron James. Now, I don't really understand why people just don't understand that LeBron, commands a certain level of winning. He's not going to go play with a bunch of young dudes to help them develop and, be a veteran guy, but also a superstar. Like, no, that's not going to be LeBron's role, at this point in his career. And y'all see what happened now. Y'all see he tried the 1 year thing in LA. It didn't work out at all because of the injury, I'm not going to lie. But, they had to get AD so he can be in win now mode. Because LeBron, the last time he really just stuck it out with a team and just didn't request people to be traded and just didn't really, act a fool like people say he be doing with these teams, that was his first stint over in Cleveland. And y'all see exactly how that went. They was winning 60 games and getting bounced out the playoffs, getting swept in the finals. And it was just pretty much LeBron by himself. And I ain't gonna lie, I just blame Dan Gilbert for that whole, Cleveland nonsense. Because that was ridiculous. There was a trade, I remember. I don't remember this because I just heard about it, but there was a trade. They could have gotten Amari Stoudemire. Cleveland back in the day could have got Amari Stoudemire. And Dan Gilbert just sold the bag on that. Like, he just did not get Amari Stoudemire. And LeBron, he looked at that, he's like, you gotta be kidding me. This can't be my franchise. This can't be where I'm stuck at. And, LeBron takes the credit for starting the whole super team wave, I suppose. But if you really want to talk about it, super team started with the Boston Celtics, if you really want to be honest. But that's not what this video is about. I'm getting off topic here. And, people say that when LeBron is around, the coaches always disappear. Because you see, Frank Vogel was gone. He got David Blatt out of there. He tried to get Eric Spoelstra fired, but Pat Riley said, "Nah, this is our guy." So Pat Riley essentially, I guess, chose Eric Spoelstra over LeBron. I guess it worked out. They back in the finals now, but I'm pretty sure you'd rather have LeBron than Eric Spoelstra looking back on it. But yeah, you got to realize teams need to keep the superstar happy. They're always going to want to keep their superstar happy. Because if the superstar is happy, then they're going to stay with that team. If the superstar is unhappy, they're more likely to leave that team. So that's why they need to do whatever they can to make Giannis happy before he leaves that team. But yeah, once again, getting off topic. But I guess the whole point of this video is to tell people, LeBron, he needs a certain level of teammates. Like, he needs, not a certain level, a certain kind of teammate. He needs shooters so you can have the full, benefits of having LeBron on your team. Because not only can he score the basketball at an elite rate, he's also a very good passer. And if he has nobody to pass it to that can knock down shots, then it's a waste of his talent and it's a waste of his time. It's also a waste of his time to be on a team with a bunch of young players because he's in win now mode, because he's at an elevated age. And why would he want to waste his time developing young guys when he's not going to win? If he's not going to win a championship, that doesn't make any kind of sense. And why wouldn't he want the coach of his choice to be in the head coach spot when he has all the control as a superstar? I'm sorry to say it, but superstars have a lot of control over the front office, and owners listen to them, GMs listen to them. And if you're on a LeBron team, you get traded, that just means you didn't fit the mold, and maybe you'll do better somewhere else. Because playing with LeBron is a gift and a curse. There's a lot of pressure that comes with playing with LeBron. Because in the media, when they lose, it's like, man, LeBron had a triple-double, but he didn't have no help. Look, like, you see how they crucified Danny Green? Like, he deserves it and all that, but Danny Green wouldn't be crucified like this if he was playing for the Hornets, because nobody would care. But because he's with LeBron, it's really, on a national level that is getting covered. Like, cause I'll be on Twitter and I'll be seeing it like, yo, Danny Green averages like 5 points, and they just be making fun of him because he's playing next to LeBron and he's potentially ruining LeBron's chances at winning. He's missing all those shots. But yeah, I guess the grand scheme of this video is LeBron commands a lot of things with his presence on a basketball team, and some basketball teams just have to deal with that, and that's the price for winning with LeBron, and it's as simple as that. Alright, y'all, if you stay to the end of this video, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.